Okay, so rowing. The important thing is why to row. The answer is it's actually easier and faster than an outboard motor when you factor in the time spent fixing the fucking motor. I can teach someone to row, in a day, and if you come sailing for a week and practice a couple of times, you'll be adequate at rowing. But I can't teach you how to fix an outboard motor in that time, because I don't even know everything about it. So outboard's more trouble than it's worth. Also, many times, we're at the beach and other people on their boats with their outboard motors, me with oars. Of course, it's a race. It's always a race to get back to your boat. Yeah, so everyone's on the beach. We're going to go back to the boat or someone else or someone's boat or our boats or whatever. Of course, it's a race. And the thing is, with oars, you get a head start because you just push the boat, it's deep enough water to float, then you jump in and you start rowing. With an outboard motor, first you have to push the boat out far enough for the outboard to go down into the water, not just for the boat to float, but for the outboard bottom to not touch the ground. And then you have to get the thing started, which, if you're lucky, might be on the first pull. But good chance that it doesn't start right away. And that gives me even more time to get ahead. If the boats aren't anchored too far out, there's a good chance that I'll actually get there first with the oars. Also, I never have to buy petrol or row. There's nothing smelly or greasy to touch. It's all in all a much nicer experience, and you can feel incredibly smug when someone's outboard breaks down. So, rowing. So rowing is pretty easy. You just sit backwards and you pull on the oars. Where you hold the oars is like your gears. So if you hold them close together, you get more leverage. If you hold them further apart, then that's like a higher gear where you can go faster. Right now there's two people in the dinghy, so I'm running at a lower gear. Then the next thing is rowing in a straight line. So you're facing backwards, so you need to kind of have an idea about where you're going, but you can look at the thing behind you and make sure you're still looking at the same thing. You can use that to hold face the same direction. And then turning. Now the best way to turn is you just pull slightly harder, even strokes on both oars, but pull slightly harder on one oar. It shouldn't actually matter if you have mismatched oars, because you need the skill of being able to pull harder on one oar and weaker on the other oar to just keep going straight anyway, because there's always going to be a bit of drift. However, I happen to have matched oars right now. So in the worst case, when you start learning, you'll probably end up turning a lot with just one oar in the water. You can also do it with two to turn really fast. That's okay, but what you want to learn is both oars together and one slightly stronger. Okay, you want to go?
Sure.
Okay, this is Alexi's first experience rowing a boat as an adult. Now pull the oars closer together into the centre. Yep, that's good. Yep. Now it's more important to be steady than to go fast. You're doing great. This is excellent. This is excellent rowing. You could be a little bit more gentle as you take up the, like that, when you put the force onto the, yeah. Because especially since this one was coming out, so if you don't like jerk on that one, yeah, just do a smooth push. Is it filming?
Yep.
Yeah, this is the other means of propelling the dinghy. You put the oar in the water over the back and you swish it from side to side. Now the important thing you need to see the oar is you rotate it like that, so it's like it pushes each stroke. This does not go as fast as rowing, but because you don't have to lift it up, I use this specifically for rowing out an anchor, because then you have a big, or rowing a line ashore, because then you have a big long rope that you're dragging through the water, and you can do this one-handed and then get the tangles out of the rope and make sure it goes into the water smoothly. And you're also putting a constant pressure on the water, whereas rowing it's like pull, and in between the pulls it's just momentum carrying you, which isn't very good when you're towing something. Nearly there. If I'm just going to be anchored, then I leave the, and it's not a gale, then I leave the oars in the dinghy. But if we're going to go sailing, then I definitely take them out, because you don't want to lose your oars.